Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mike Espo. And as you see in front of me, a lot of different parts. I'm working on a build here for Santa's Slow Dog. And he requested a Batmobile. And, of course, my favorite HIROHATA Merc custom. So, to me, there's a lot of great parts in a Batmobile. The front is fantastic. And then, of course, the rear is great. And then on the Merc has an awesome front, a fantastic front. And then it's got that special rear that's like, lowrider rear. So, as you can see, I started working on a Merc. I chopped the top off it completely. I have a Batmobile that I was fooling around with, another Batmobile, parts to it, interior, and I have some decals that Santa Slow Dog sent me, Batman decals. So, the question is, am I going with the front of the Batmobile and then the back of the Merc? So it's a crazy decision. Or do I go with the front of the Merc and then have the back with a Batmobile? Well, we'll have to see because I got to cut these apart. But this is where I'm starting. And come along for the ride and see what we do. So what you're seeing here is the Batmobile conversion Merc custom for Santa Slow Dog. And here's the front of a Merc, and this was the back cut of a Batmobile. Another one. It was a little bit of trial and error, but I think I'm going with this one right here because I like the front of the Batmobile. I like the front of the Merc as well, but this looks pretty cool right there. And there was no way to Z-cut it. It didn't have that much room in it to Z-cut it. Like to put a little V in there and put that in the space. So I'm gonna have to plate the back with something like so. I'll put something in there on a plate, but we're getting to it. One second. So this has been a very interesting build. So just let's start with the skirts I took off. I like the skirts off. Then the bottom base on one side is perfect. Hold on. Is perfect. It fits as best as I could get it to fit. On the other side, the base is not perfect. It has a Batmobile front, and this is the second time I've done this. I went and put the Batmobile front on once before, and it was too low. So right there, the wheel is just not staying where it's supposed to stay, but it fits perfectly like that. So this is the second time this front is on. That's a better shot of it. and then I had to make it a little lower. So the first time I did it, I had to crack it all apart. So there are two interiors that we use to make this car. This is a better way to see it. Here's your Batmobile, and here's the HIROHATA MERC. This was one interior, and then this was a second interior, because at the time, this round part right here did not fit in the Merc. So I had to go back in and re-drill out all the JB Weld because it would not fit. But then I got it to fit, so we didn't need this anymore. And then I originally had this front right here on the Batmobile, but it just didn't look right. It was funky looking. Yeah. It just didn't sit right. This is the second one I did. I cracked the first one. So I think it looks better with just the Batmobile look. So what's left to do? I want it to stay straight. It's hard. It's dried. There's no more grinding I can do to make the transition smoother. I just have to sand it down. So let me put it back together, because I'm using the phone in my hand to get as close as I can. But let me put it all back together. Hold on. Okay, so the rear fits, the glass fits, the interior fits, the rear window glass fits, and the speaker fits. The rear bumper fits, and the rear tire fits. The front fits. This side came out great. I just adjusted it even more. On this side, I'm going to have to just see it after it's painted. There's not much I could do there. I don't know if I want to move. Hold on. I don't know if I want to move these front wheels up any further up. That's how it's going to look. I don't have a real mark here, do I? Yeah, I do. Hold on. So that's where I'm up to now. It wasn't an easy build, but it's not a hard build. It's just getting the two parts to line up. And these wheels will look better when they're held in place, because they're not really held in place right now. There we go. Well, okay. So what am I doing next? I'm sanding this down. The whole body has to be sanded down, buffed, re-greased, get all the grease off of it, and then I'm going to prime it. And the same thing with this, even though it's plastic, it has to be primed and to get ready. And this build is for Santa Slow Dog. This is a build not from my imagination. This is, and here's the decals for it. It's a Batmobile Merc, as you could see. So we got some time in here, and getting close to the end, I don't want some extra parts. I don't want to change anything now. And here's some more extra parts just for this build. All right, let's get the body done. So here's something interesting. I had to stretch the front axle down. I don't know if you could see that, but I had to stretch it down in order to move the front tires up as much as I could. Number one, I don't want to destroy another base. And number two, I want the wheels to sit a little bit up further, like that. And that's how they'll sit, way up front, instead of back like that. There's the difference I made in it. I moved them up front. Let's try it with the wheels in. Right now it's midnight. I'm doing this at midnight. It's crazy. It's worth it though. It's very cool. Okay. So the front wheels will sit way down there. There you go. That's how the front wheels will sit compared to sitting back here where they originally were. That's the look we're looking for. So now that covers the front wheels. Oh, we got the base done. The body. The interior. The glass. And there's no spotlights. You see, I cut the spotlights out. Yeah. All right. Time to go to bed. Okay, we're good now. Okay, really simple. I primed the bottom, the base of it. And now we're gonna paint the bottom, and then we're gonna prime the top part. Very simple. So guys, here is my custom built Merc, HIROHATA MERC for Santa Slow Dog. He's been waiting patiently for this build. Wasn't making a gasser. You see the front has a little bit of a lift, but it's not a gasser, and I wasn't making a gasser. So first, it rolls. It's a definite roller. And I opened up the wheel wells, took the skirts off. Here's the original with the skirts. And you can see the skirts right there are opened. The tires are real riders. The front, let me shut this when it comes around. Right there. The front is the Batmobile. And the rear, as it comes around, is the HIROHATA MERC. So in order to get this car to where it is today, Remove this for now on the Batmobile. There's the bottom. The real riders, as you can see, are slicks. Deep dish chrome. And you can see they roll. I went through two interiors. It's a very interesting build. Two interiors are done to get the back piece under the rear glass. And I didn't want to stretch it any further because then the rear wheels were sticking or rubbing underneath and they wouldn't turn. I was trying to get it so that the wheels turn. Then in the front, I left the center of the yellow open with a little bit of red. And in the rear red tail lights and yellow lights under them and a yellow spot for the license plate. So that's what we started with. I'll just shut it right here. So basically it has front Batmobile and rear Merc. And as you can see, it lines up pretty cool. I did a brass copper color on the bottom. And the interior is fully chrome. Let me get this off the stand and I'll do a little closer. Hold on. So looking straight on, of course, is the Batmobile symbol. And in the back of it, I also have the Batmobile symbol. I'll show it to you without the mirror also. That's my style for you guys who know me. Leave your comments down below. Santa Slow Dog, I appreciate you being patient. And I'll have this out to you before the end of the week. I guess that's a good shot of it right there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll put the Merc in front of it. Till next time, God bless. Mike Espo.